Good morning, everyone. It is Monday. It's the beginning of the week, and we are pumped. Are you pumped?
Yay! Yes.
I'm pumped. It's going to be a great week. Um, Guess what? I am here with the spectacular, beautiful, incredible Yvette.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. So we're excited because today is Monday, and we have some good information to share today. So we're going to talk about what can we learn from professional athletes to get more of what we want in our lives. What can we learn from professional athletes so we can get more in our life? You know, the things that we want. So, Yvette, what's the topic we're going to talk about today?
We're going to talk about how athletes visualize their game.
Right, how they visualize. So, when you're going for something that you want in your life, happy Monday. Jamie is
Good
here with us.
morning.
Happy Monday. Jamie and everyone else that's watching right now, when you're going for something that you want in your life, do you visualize it and see it happening before it actually happens? Do you see it like working out the way that you want it to work out? Do you ever do any kind of visualization?
Well, now I do. I didn't
Yeah.
do it before, but I think a lot of us, for us, we're working on our mindset every single day. So now, when I visualize, I visualize things that people would think I'm a little crazy, but I visualize big,
Yeah.
big. And I am like thinking I am already there.
You're already there.
Yeah.
So you're seeing it and you're seeing
It's already,
yourself.
yeah.
It's done.
It's done. It's happened.
And it's exactly the way
Yeah.
you want it to be.
Yeah, I even say, and I think the girls laugh at me because I'll say to our two girls, a certain car that I want, and I'll talk about it as though it's parked right outside because and I'll say it now because I used to say, oh yeah, that's such and such's car. No, I switched it this weekend. Like, and I got a car. The picture is on the refrigerator. Why? Because that's my next business goal. When I get that, I know that I have made it to a certain level. So because I know you do that too.
Yeah, I do it. And here's the thing. Like, imagine a professional athlete, a diver. He gets to the edge of the diving board. She gets to the edge of the diving board. And her picture is, oh my God, I'm going to jump off. And what if I hit the water the wrong way? What do you think would happen to that diver if they go up seeing it that way?
Yeah, it's not going to be a very good dive.
Right. So let's talk about some people that actually incorporate this into their lives. Like they actually see everything happening before it actually happens. So ready for this? Let's talk about Jack Nicklaus. He's one of the most well-known golfers, long time been around. Do you know that when he would play the game of golf, before he would even get onto the course, he would have played every hole in his mind. He literally would step up, he would play every hole, he would swing in his mind, he would watch the ball land where he wanted it to land. When he would get to putting, he would putt the ball and he would watch it go in the cup. And so he would play the entire course before he actually played it. Now, why would he do something like that?
So that when he is actually playing it, he already knows that he already got it in. Like he's visualized the game, so this is going to be easy. Now he's going to make contact in each and every hole he's going to get because he's already visualized that it already happened.
Yeah, he's seeing it over and over, and it has its benefits. It pays off. There's so many people that have benefit from it. Let's talk about what about some Olympic athletes?
Yep, the Olympic athletes do it. They'll play let's just say if they're doing a race, if they're an Olympic runner, that race, they've already done that race in their mind, like probably hundreds of times before the day of the event.
Yeah, that's a great point, and that leads us a runner, right? They're doing that race. They did this study, which is really awesome. They took a group of runners and they had them just keep running the races to see if their performance would increase. And then they took another group of runners, and what they did with them was they had them just run the race in their mind and run it over and over exactly how they wanted to at the speed they wanted to, and saw them winning the race. And every one of those Olympic runners, between the two groups, The group that just did the visualization, their performance increased significantly more than the people that were working hard just trying to run the race over and over again. Yeah,
I think that's a great point because listen, I am by far not an Olympic runner.
you're
Um,
close.
listen, but what I found, yes, the mindset and visualizing things, because when we were running our race, I've run 2 half marathons. I think I'm like,
Amazing.
since I am now retired from running, but I would just visualize, okay, and I didn't do it, okay, 13 miles, because 13 miles, that,
Nah.
that can freak you out. Like, how can you run for like 2 hours? Well, what I did was I just kept on visualizing, okay, one more. And then actually for the New York City half marathon, you know what I did? I actually visualized myself already crossing that finish line.
Yeah, yeah, and doing that, right? Seeing yourself running across that, you're planting those seeds in your head. So Jamie's asking a great question here. Is visualizing the same or different than manifesting? And I think they're kind of they play into, they may not be exactly the same, but they pair well together. Visualizing is seeing something happen over and over in your mind. Manifesting is very much the same, except one is related most of the time to a lot of times manifesting is something some material thing that you want in your life. I would actually say they're pretty much in line. The key is that you're seeing it in crystal clear detail in your mind over and over exactly as you want it. There's more to manifesting because there's some additional things that you're adding to the mix, including your emotions and some other pieces. But again, they're very close. They run parallel to each other. So I would say, very, very close. So that said, let's go back to we talked about the Olympic runners, and they've done it with swimmers and weightlifters. The same results. The group that did the visualization always performed better. So here's what's really cool. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about us, right? You're no different than us. We're all the same. Only thing that we've done a little bit different, we may have studied this information a little bit more, but that's why we're sharing it with you. So when you're preparing, this is really important piece, right? When you're preparing for something, how are you preparing for it? What are you seeing in your mind, right?
Yeah. Well, I do that when I'm going to make a call
Yeah, that's a
or I'm going
great
to go
point.
on a Zoom with a potential prospect. I will now sit down, close my eyes, and I'll play it out in my head exactly how I want it to go. Because before I would be nervous and not a lot of confidence. Well, how is that going to go
It's a
for me? Not very
great
well.
point. So
So
true.
when you go in there with confidence and have already visualizing how you want it to play out, it,
It's so
it,
true.
it works each and every time.
And I'll tell you what happens for a lot of us is we do the opposite. So we visualize it, well, what if it happens like this? And I'll give you a great quick story. I remember when I first started doing financial seminars, the very first one that I did, I knew I was going to have to get up and speak. And I was terrified. And in my mind, I just kept playing, what if I forget what I'm going to say? What if I forget what I'm going to say? Instead of seeing it the way I wanted it to, I'm doing what many of us do, which is seeing the opposite, seeing it the way we don't want it to happen. And like Jamie says, we can manifest all kinds of things by just visualizing it. And guess what happened? I got up, my mind went completely blank, and I sat there in front of this group of people and I started to sweat. And essentially, after about 50 seconds, I turned it right back over to someone else was there and I walked off like horrified in my mind. But the point to that story is I played that out in my mind. I just played it out in the negative. So what's really a good important thing is that we try to flip it and do what we want versus what we don't want. Because if we visualize it the way we don't want it, it has a tendency of working out
Yeah.
that way. So if you're getting any kind of value from this today, what we're talking about, whether it's now live or in the replay, comment below value. That shows that you've gotten something from this. And if you did get value, what value did you get from this? Comment below. We'd love to hear from you. Any last words that you'd like to
Well,
leave
this
me?
stuff works. This stuff really, really works. I mean, we practice this every single day. This stuff does work. I was doing it the reverse before. So, I mean, give it a try. Let us know. Give it a try.
The way that you can prove that it works to yourself is just look at all the things that you've gone for, right? You try to lose weight. What happens? At first, you visualize yourself like, yeah, this is going to be great. I'm going to lose weight. And then you start planting those negative visualizations like, oh, yeah, but what if I'm at that party and I eat ice cream? And what if, and what if, and what if? And you start seeing it the opposite way. And we can prove from our own history that when we visualize in the negative, it works. So instead of visualizing in the negative, why not just visualize what we want
Exactly.
instead, right? So, yeah, I think that's it for Monday. Oh, no, I want to say one thing before we leave, and this is very important. So listen, please. Um, yeah, look at that. See, thank you, Jamie.
Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were just going to talk about. So I'm glad Jamie brought it up, but that's exactly what I was saying. It's very important. We want to talk about this. Yvette has started. Well, there's two different groups. Why don't you talk about which one?
Oh yeah, last night was monumental. Myself and two other wonderful women have partnered up, and we have started a women's wellness group. And we're excited because we're gonna post the event. We're gonna have a event live on Facebook for women, to help women in mindset, health, wellness. It's really fantastic just
It
to
is
get
awesome.
women together and just build a great community. And my second one is, I'm also a health coach. Listen, I love health. I love food and wellness. So I have made, official my page, which is Wellness Awakening. And if you know anyone who is suffering from IBS women, I'm really concentrating on helping women with their gut health.
Yeah. And so we're going to have links to both groups below. And we would love your help. And I'm going to ask for it. We'd love your help. If you know anyone, struggling with their digestive system, right? They have irritable bowel syndrome and they've been struggling with it for years, or even just recently. Yvette struggled with it for 30 plus years and then figured out how to cure herself. They were going to cut her intestine out. They were going to cut part of her intestines out. And she said, no, I'm not, that's not going to happen. And she figured out a way, again, she has 20 years of nursing experience plus she's certified as a health coach. She knows her stuff. So I would highly recommend clicking the link below, which we will put out there. And if you know someone that's struggling, again, with their gut issues, send them to that group because Yvette will fix it. I mean,
Yeah, we'll work together on figuring out, what's causing these gut issues.
Yeah. Amazing. And then finally, for everyone, every female out there, there's another link to the other group, which is called Be Loved. Be Loved. And that's just going to be an amazing group where they're going to talk about fitness, health, and mindset. So, that one's a no-brainer. Click on that. But the one that also that can help Yvette a lot is to help her grow her group, where she'll be able to really make a difference also in people's lives that are struggling and have pain in their life every day. That's it. We love you. We appreciate you. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, guys.
And we will have those links below for you to click on and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you.
Bye.
We're grateful. We love you all.